In this video, I'm going to show you an accessory tier list to show you what accessory is the best accessory overall, and then also go through which accessories are the best accessories for specific game modes. And I say this every video, but yeah, I'm making a giveaway, so subscribe and watch the giveaway videos to enter the giveaway. But let's begin the tier list. So if we start with the Titan Blade, it's 12% attack, and it's just really good for every single game mode. Say time challenge, yeah, 12% attack is good. Say boss rush, raid, yeah, 12% more damage. Who can say no to that? And same with dimensions. It's just good for everything. And the same goes to these cooldown reduction accessories like the Sun God's Mantle and Energy Wings, because 10% cooldown reduction and 9% cooldown reduction, it's a lot of cooldown reduction. That means that you can use more attacks, and that's indirectly gonna give you more damage as well. Now, the best accessory for raids and boss rush is put in A tier and not S tier, because they give boss damage, they don't give anything else except for the substats, and boss damage isn't good for anything except for bosses. Boss damage doesn't affect mobs, regular mobs, and it doesn't even affect your M1 clicks. That's why boss damage is worse than cooldown reduction and attack, but just not in raids, because these accessories give so much boss damage, and it's just boss damage is good for specifically raid, that they're still the best for raids. So the best accessory for raids and boss rush is the Devil's Wing and the maneuver gear, but they're not the best accessory overall. However, the best accessory for, let's say, Infinite is probably Titan Blade or Energy Wing slash Sun God's Mantle, because they're really overall. And in Infinite you face off against every single enemy, so basically, yeah, it's overall, so that's why you want an overall accessory. After that, we also got the 3 critical chance accessories, so the Yorichi Sword, the Goju Mask, and the Eternal Tree, and it's pretty straightforward. They're really solid accessories. 10% critical chance is really good, but you don't want too much critical chance compared to the other stats. You still want good boss damage, you want good attack, you want good cooldown reduction, you want good critical damage. So if you only have good critical chance, it doesn't really matter. But it's still better than the critical damage accessories, because if you have too much critical damage, then it doesn't matter, because you really want a balance of critical damage and critical chance. So you want about double the critical damage as you have the critical chance, and with the critical damage accessories you usually get more than double, and you get an overload of critical damage, and that's not something you want to have, because you usually get a lot of critical damage from other cards and everything else, so you don't really need a critical damage accessory. After that, in B tier we also got the other things, so basically the attack legendary accessories. So it's the same as the mythical ones, so think of it the same way. So the first, we have the best legendaries are the attack ones, so the Black Cat, pretty sure it's called, the Witch Megaman thing, and the Truth-Seeking Orbs. Then we got the cooldown reduction, so we got the Wings from Ghoul. Actually, I'd say the critical chance legendary accessory is better than the boss damage legendary accessory, because boss damage, sure, it's good, but overall you'd probably benefit more from that critical chance than you would from the boss damage in this case. Now that's because if you don't have mythical accessories, you're probably lower level, so critical chance will probably benefit you more than boss damage would, because boss damage, sure, you might get more damage on bosses, but since you only have really bad accessories, you probably have really bad stats, therefore critical chance will be really good for you. And here we also have the last mythical accessory, so the Altar Sword. It's mob damage. Mob damage really isn't good. D tier we got the critical damage legendary and the mob damage legendary. We also got the the Titan accessory because it gives EXP. EXP is actually real good if you're grinding dimensions, so yeah, you can actually use that to get more EXP, though it's not the best, so it's in D tier because it barely gives you any stats, just EXP. The other accessory, the legendary ones, are pretty self-explanatory if you listen to the other ones. So basically critical damage, just you don't want to go overboard, you'd rather have critical chance, or you'd rather have cooldown reduction or attack, etc. And mob damage, just yeah, it doesn't really work. You'd rather have cooldown reduction for time challenge, and you'd rather have anything else, really. In E tier we got the epics, etc. And here they're really not that viable. And the best epic accessory is the Liberator Sword, because it gives you cooldown reduction. Then the Shrine, because it gives you boss damage. And then the All Might Toy, because it gives you mob damage. Mob damage really isn't good, boss damage is good, but not the best, and cooldown reduction is really viable for every single game mode. And then at F tier we got the worst accessories in the game, so we got the train, the Mugen train. So it's mob damage. Like I said before, mob damage is really not good for anything. And then we got the shield as well, because the shield, yes, the shield is not good. The shield gives you 12% HP, and you really don't need 12% more HP. HP is one of the most overrated substats, and you really don't need HP because bosses deal percentages of damage, so you don't need more HP, only for mobs. And at a certain point you don't need more HP because you can heal really fast, and accessories are there to boost your stats for damage, not anything else, so you'd rather not use a shield. But yeah, the maneuver gear or the Devil's Wing are the best accessories for boss damage, so basically raids and boss rush and speed raid and stuff like that, where you're killing the boss. For dimensions and when you're trying to speedrun stuff, you're trying to use a cooldown reduction accessory, so basically the energy wings or the sun god's mantle if you're using a mythical accessory. And then those accessories also work for time challenge because you need to kill them fast, but the Titan blade could work on infinite because it's the best accessory overall. But if you want to get an accessory now, then you can actually try to buy either the ODM or a tree or the mantle, because they're all really good and solid accessories. You can also get them for free if you're trying to do just boss rushes. You can play the Titan raid or you can play the Luffy raid. You can also do some slime dimensions and try to get the Devil's Wing. However, the Titan blade, so the attack one, and the energy wings are limited and you can't get them anymore. So if you didn't know, the Titan blade is the best accessory overall. If I were to choose one accessory to use on every single game mode forever, then it definitely would have been the Titan blade because it's good for everything. But yeah, that's the video, and I hope you enjoy the tier list. If you don't agree with it, then you can comment what you disagree with, because I'm always open to suggestions and your own opinions. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe and enter the giveaway. A lot of people have, and if you don't, then you might just feel left out. And see you in the next one.